Alright, people, the next chapter which we are going to start is the chapter of E-Way Bill. B graded chapter, 2 to 4 marks is the maximum expected. Let's do this chapter. What does it say, everyone? Whenever goods or services are being supplied, supply can be either interstate supply or interstate supply. What will happen? GST will be levied. Intra GST. Once GST is levied, it has to be collected and paid by a taxable person. How will you collect, everyone? GST is equal to value of supply into rate of tax. Once you know the value, you will prepare tax invoice, credit note, debit note, delivery, challan. Yes, everyone. And you will send the goods to the other person with the help of a e-way bill. When you are taking the goods on the way and going, there will be our officer who will stop you and tell you, show me the goods, show me the invoice, show me the bill, e-way bill. E-way bill is a document which basically you are going ahead and informing the government that, sir, I am taking the goods from here to here. And that information when you give to the government gives you a e-way bill, which is to be carried by you when you are going on the way and to be showed to this officer. Right, everyone? Number one, who is required to generate a e-way bill? Always remember one thing: supplier, recipient, consigner, or consignee. Whoever is causing the movement will go ahead and generate the e-way bill. Are we clear? Remember always, if one point I want to tell, if recipient is unregistered person, then always deemed that supplier is causing the movement. Do you remember, everyone? Supplier is causing movement if the recipient is unregistered. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Sir, where will he go ahead and generate? He will go to e-way bill gst.gov.in and he will upload the details in e-way bill part A, Part B, EWV01 का Part A and Part B. Part A is basically the transaction related detail. Part B is basically the transportation related details. What will it generate? E-way bill. When is e-way bill required? Whenever consignment value is greater than 50,000. So if you are causing a movement intra or inter and the consignment value is greater than 50,000, you are required to generate a e-way bill. Consignment value means when the value is greater than 50,000. Consignment value, whenever it is greater than 50,000, you have to generate e-way bill. Or, sir, whenever you are doing interstate movement to job worker, then you are required to generate e-way bill. Mandatorily, there is no value limit. If you are doing interstate, if you are an interstate supplier, basically you are a person who is supplying handicraft goods and you are taking from one state to another, what? Handicraft item, and you are exempted from registration, then also you are mandatorily required to generate e-way bill. Sir, how do we calculate the consignment value? Always take the invoice value, bill of supply, delivery challan ka value plus GST. That will give you the consignment value. If consignment value is greater than 50,000, you will generate the e-way bill. But don't forget, job worker interstate and handicraft supplier who was exempted from registration, for these two people, mandatory e-way bill. Correct, everyone? Next. Sir, always remember, if it's an invoice come bill of supply, if it is taxable supply 40,000 for an example, GST how much? 8,000 for an example, exempt supply 10,000, consignment value always remove exempt supply. Now it is 48 and hence you will not generate e-way bill. Always remember, in your invoice come bill of supply, you have to remove exempt supply. Sir, when will I generate e-way bill? You have to generate prior to moment. In case of rail, ship, air, you can generate after commencement of moment also. E-way bill ka validity, if it is an over-dimensional cargo or a multimodal transportation where ship is involved, less than equal to 20 kilometers 1 day. If it is other than over-dimensional cargo or multimodal shipment where ship is involved, then it is less than equal to 200 1 day. For an example, here ship is involved in a transportation, then Baba, it will be 20 kilometers 1 day. If ship is not involved in the transportation and ODC is also not there, then 200 kilometers 1 day. Are we clear, everyone? Let's go ahead. Now, when you are going on the way, rule number 138 says, please take documents and devices. Devices means an RFID device. As of now, not required. So, document means you should have invoice, bill of supply or delivery challan plus e-way bill. Any either of this item plus an e-way bill. Are we clear, everyone? Plus, in case of import, you should have bill of entry. E-way bill is not required if you are going ahead, if the transportation happening by rail, air, or vessel means it is not required to be carried by the person in charge. Just imagine, master of the ship is carrying one e-way bill. No, it is not required. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next, in lieu of physical tax invoice, if you are a person who is doing e-invoicing, then you can go ahead and give the person in charge who is taking the goods and going the QR code having the embedded invoice reference number. When he is going on the way, if the officer will stop, he can show the QR code. Officer can scan and get all the details of the invoice. Physical tax invoice is not required to be carried. Now you are going on the way, officer will stop you. Rule number 138B says verification of document and conveyance. Officer will go ahead and stop you. Which is the officer? Authorized proper officer is the inspector. Inspector who is authorized by the commissioner will stop you. He will check the document, e-way bill and the conveyance. And always remember, checking always can be done by authorized proper officer. But on the way, supposing there is no authorized proper officer is not there, and government has got an information that Ramesh is doing something wrong, then any other officer can go ahead and do the checking after taking commissioner ka approval. Yes, everyone. Always remember, after the inspection, this proper officer will go online and he'll submit one summary report in EWB, GST EWB 03, Part A, within how much time? 24 hours. And a final report within how much time? Within 3 days plus 3 days. Are we clear? 3 days ka extension can be given by commissioner. Once the checking is done, second time checking will never happen unless there is a specific intelligence information. Then checking can happen again. Always remember, in your e-way bill chapter, 24 hours means midnight 12 to next day midnight 12. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, sir. Point is clear. If this person is being stopped for more than 30 minutes, then he can go online and submit one report which is known as GST AWV04 grievance report. Okay, everyone. Now, government is planning to go ahead and install RFID device. If you install RFID device and put your invoice details in the RFID device will send signals. Government will also get RFID reader installed. The reader will go ahead and get the invoice ka detail. Invoice ka detail will match with the e-way bill ka detail which you had uploaded, and the gate will open and you can go. But as of now, this system is yet to be introduced. Whenever you are going on the way, if by chance there is some problem, your truck has fallen sick, then breakdown has happened, if it is repairable, you can ask for extension. E-way bill can be extended 8 hours prior or 8 hours after the expiry also. So if e-way bill is expiring today night, 8 hours prior means after 4 o'clock you can ask for extension, means one day prior, means today night, then by evening 4 o'clock. If today night it has expired, then tomorrow morning till 8 o'clock you can ask for extension. Sir, any other issue? For an example, breakdown is not repairable, then do one thing. If there is a breakdown or there is a transshipment which is resulting in change in truck, then Baba, if it is your conveyance or some same transporter, just update the part B, take your goods and go. But if supposingly you are going to now assign it to different transporter, then do one thing. If it is a new transporter coming into picture, then assign the e-way bill to the new transporter. He will update the part B, take the goods and go. Are we clear, everyone? Different transporter, then assign the e-way bill. He shall update the part B, take the goods and go. Now, sir, when is e-way bill not required? Everyone over here, I have gone ahead and given the situation when the e-way bill is not required. E-way bill is not required when goods being transported are LPG or kerosene for public distribution system. Goods are postal baggage, pearl, precious stone, metal, jewelry, currency, personal and household effect, and personal and household effect means your household item, and corals. Then transportation by non-motorized car conveyance means if you are doing transportation by bullock cart, horse cart, etc., then e-way bill is not required. Why? Because Baba, for that you need a vehicle number. Where will you find the vehicle number in a bullock cart? Next, sir, transportation to or fro from a custom port, airport, or station to an inland container depot or container freight station. Sir, movement of goods within notified area. If an area is notified, then you are not required to generate e-way bill if the movement is happening over there. Sir, transportation of exempted goods except de-oiled cake, alcoholic liquor. So, Baba, in case of de-oiled cake, you are required to generate e-way bill. Other than that, exempted goods, alcoholic liquor for human consumption, and HP man ka case mein, you are not required to generate e-way bill. HP man means high-speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas. Where goods Supply of goods being transported is not a supply. Means if your item is falling in schedule 3, it is not a supply only. What will you try to steal? So government is selling e-way bill, not required. Supply of goods by canteen stores department, army canteens, to or fro unit run canteens or authorized customer. Supply of heavy water and nuclear fuel by Department of Atomic Energy. Movement of goods by defense formation under the Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense is transporting supposedly hand grenade, and they will inform. Government is saying we will not inform anyone that we are taking and going. Can I go ahead, everyone? Next. Movement of empty cargo container or empty cylinders for refilling. When consignor is the government and transportation is by rail. If goods are being transported by government through rail, then e-way bill is not required. Transportation from one custom station or port to another custom station or port. Transportation under custom supervision or seal. When custom supervision is there, GST ka supervision is not required. Transit cargo to or fro Nepal. When goods are coming and they are going to Nepal or coming from Nepal and being transported outside for movement in India, e-way bill is not required. Then, sir, who shall generate e-way bill? If you are going ahead and transporting by road, you are going ahead and transporting in your own conveyance, hired one or a public conveyance, you will only fill part A and you will fill part B before movement. If you go ahead and hand over the goods to the transporter, you don't know in which truck he is going to take. So do one thing, fill part A, assign the e-way bill to the transporter, let him fill part B and generate the e-way bill, take the goods and go. Sir, if the transportation is by rail, air or vessel, rail, air or vessel, e-way bill part A, you update, part B also you have to update, but here railway receipt number, airway bill number or bill of lading number can be only after your transportation has started. So you can go ahead and generate the e-way bill before or after the movement also. Are we clear, everyone? Everyone over here. Rule number 138E, restriction on furnishing information in Part A. Your e-way bill system will be blocked for you when no person shall be allowed to furnish information in Part A with respect to outward supply. Yes, everyone? With respect to outward supply of a registered person, outward supply of a registered person who. So, Baba, my e-way bill portal will be blocked. Means I will not be able to generate e-way bill for my outward supply when I am a composition dealer and I have not furnished CMP02 for 2 consecutive quarters. If I am a person other than composition and I have not furnished my monthly return, which is basically your GST or 3B, for how many period? 2 tax period. If you are a person other than, means if you are a person other than composition, means normal person, and you have not furnished GSTR1 for any 2 months or 2 quarter, or you are a person whose registration has been suspended, Baba, during suspension you can't go ahead and generate e-way bill. Baba, tell me one thing, for my outward supply I can't generate e-way bill. For inward supply, if somebody is sending it to me, can e-way bill be generated? Yes. Next, proviso. Baba, actually earlier when they blocked it for inward and outward both. But then government ko people went in and told when supplier is selling me the goods, for my default, why is the supplier being penalized that he can't send me the goods also? Suppliers went and told the government. So government told, okay, when you are sending to this person in default, you can generate. But when he is selling, he will not be able to generate e-way bill. It means he will not be able to sell and send the goods. Can I go ahead, everyone? Sir, can I go to the commissioner and request? Yes, Baba, give your request to the commissioner in EWB05 and he will go ahead and allow you to furnish the details by giving you an order in EWB06. Allow furnishing the details of Part A or reject the request after giving opportunity of being heard. There are some important points. You have 5 e-way bills which are there. You are the transporter. You can generate EWB02, which is basically a consolidation of all the e-way bill. Sir, can e-way bill be cancelled? Yes, Baba, e-way bill can be cancelled within how much time? 24 hours, but before being verified in transit. Next, sir, e-way bill generated in one state is valid across India in other states also. Always remember, when you are sending the goods by rail, you have to generate the e-way bill before or after movement. But after movement, please generate, because when the recipient goes to receive the good, he has to show the e-way bill, otherwise goods will not be given. Next, e-way bill generation is optional even if the consignment value is less than 50,000. Even if the consignment value is less than 50,000, go tell the government, then you can, no, go generate online the e-way bill if you want to, up to you. I am going ahead and sending the goods from my premises to the goods transport agency. Everyone listen first here. I am sending the goods from my premises to the goods transport agency who will load it in a truck and take it from here to the Delhi. So government is telling when you are sending the goods to whom? Transporter. Intrastate. Number one, sending it to transporter. Number two, Baba remember, sending it to transporter. Number two, intrastate movement up to 50 kilometer. Number three, up to 50 kilometer. You can fill part A and send. You don't have to fill part B. Sir, if you are going ahead and sending it to transporter, number two, intrastate movement. If it is greater than 50 kilometer, part A and part B both are required. Means what is the exception? Only if it is up to 50 kilometer. Number one, sending to transporter, intrastate up to 50 kilometer. Then Baba, part B is not required. Your goods were loaded in this vehicle and taken from here to here. Now from this vehicle, it will be loaded in another vehicle. This another vehicle ka detail need not be updated in part B. If from here till here, basically from the transporter's place till the recipient ka place, the distance is up to 50 kilometers. Means transporter place say, number two, it is going intrastate, transporter and this guy is in the same state up to 50 kilometer, then part A is required, part B updation is not required. If it is greater than 50 kilometer, both will be required. One small point over here on the left hand side. Everyone listen to me very carefully. You know what's a weighing bridge? You know what's a weighing bridge, everyone? Weighing, weighing bridge. अरे net. Huh. Hmm. You know what's a weighing bridge, everyone? What's a weighing bridge? Basically, I will draw. See here, what happens? Like this, two lines will be there. The truck will go and stand on this. Okay? I don't know how to put the truck on this. Now the truck will go and stand on this and the weight of the truck will be measured. Are we clear? Now trucks need a weighing certificate. How much is the truck load they are carrying? So for that, what will happen? First, a empty truck will stand. Then a full truck, filled truck will also stand. The difference will be the how much goods are there. Are we clear? For loading, they take a certificate saying how much weight is there in the truck. Now, whenever you are sending the truck for weighment, what they are telling, distance is up to 20 kilometer, e-way bill not required. Not required. Okay, everyone, e-way bill only is not required, but you should send along with a delivery challan. Sir, what if the distance is greater than 20 kilometer? E-way bill will be required. So, whenever you are saying sending it to weighing bridge, up to 20 kilometer, e-way bill is not required. Number two, sending it to transporter's place or transporter place, say your place. If the distance is how much? Less than 50, up to 50 kilometer, only part A is required, part B is not required. Otherwise, whenever consignment value is greater than 50,000, e-way bill is required. Interstate movement for job work, e-way bill is required. And the third one, interstate movement by handicraft supplier who is exempted from registration, e-way bill is mandatorily required. Right, everyone? I have told you this part becomes very, very important. Secondly, this part is also important. Next, consignment value calculation when e-way bill required and e-way bill ka validity. These parts are very important. I'll stop my revision on e-way bill over here, everyone. Congratulations, people.